Hello, in this video we are going to look at how to print out a number. You might be thinking, we've got this far in the series, how we not printed out numbers? Not really. We've only been printing out strings. Printing out a number is actually pretty complex. So what the default example is printing out the string hello world. And if in the string I replace that with a number like 5, for example, and run it, we print out 5. My thinking, end of video, that's it. But that's not actually a number, it's a string. Or a character, however you want to look at it. Because what if from some calculation we get a number, maybe some mathematical calculation like an addition operation, we want to print that out. So we get 5, for example, like so. Put the comma. Okay, so if we run that now, we get nothing. But if we was to put 53, we get 5. Am I thinking, how is 53 representing 5? So let me show you the ASCII table. I've shown you in a separate video before. So if we go to 48, that's where 0 starts, and 53 is 5. So basically, for every number, you have to add 48 to it to get the actual number itself. And that's what we're going to do today in this video, is cover creating something along those lines, a function to handle all of that. We don't have to repeat that code again and again, and we can reset this because we're not actually going to be using it. So first of all, let's get rid of all of this, and what we are going to do is create a function. The function is going to be called print number. If you do not know anything about functions, I recommend checking out the basic function video first. Okay, so in here what we are going to do is, before we even call that method, we're going to move into the ESI register the number 5. Then we are going to move, actually before that, we're going to create a variable, section.bss, and we're going to call it var1 red b and 4. So feel free to check out the variables part of this series to learn more about this if it feels unfamiliar. So we are into the var1. We're going to move the ESI register. So this is basically what we want to print out, and we'll move it here so we can access it in our function. And what we are going to do now is say call print number. Inside of here, what we want to do is we want to move back into the ESI register var1, so var1, and we want to use the add command and we want to say what's in ESI, add 48 to it, and then this will replace ESI with that. Again, I've got a separate video covering arithmetic operations. Feel free to check them out as well. So now what we're going to say is move back into var1 the contents of the ESI register, and now we basically are just going to print it out. As we was printing out the hello world, I could have actually just used that code and modified it. To be fair, probably would have been easier, but I can type it out again. So we're going to move into the EAX register 4. So this indicates that we are going to do some sort of writing, system write. Then we're going to move into the EBX register 1, so that indicates a standard output. Into the ECX register, we're going to move var1, which is basically the content that we want to print out, and then we want a length as well. And honestly, I'm just going to use hello length because that's going to be more than big enough, but you can, as a separate video, create it dynamically. Then we're going to do int ATH, so we're going to call the kernel. And then finally, remember, for all functions, you need a return statement. Run it, and there we go. We get 5 that prints out. And if we put 0 in here, it prints at 0. So remember, these are numbers and not strings. If I put 9 in here, we get 9. So that is how you print out a number. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message and see if you can figure out what the problem is with the current solution, which we're going to be fixing in a separate video. But I want to see if you can figure that out. If you have any questions, though, like I said, feel free to pop me a message and I will help you. As usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next awesome assembly video.